Hello, dear readers. Welcome to Novel Spotlight. This is an audiobook of the novel The Midnight Library by Matt Haig.
Part 21. Then she looked at her watch. It was time to head to the lobby. Standing, waiting for her, were two smartly dressed people she didn't recognize, and one she most definitely did. He was wearing a suit and was clean shaving in this life. His hair side parted and businesslike, but he was the same Joe. His dark eyebrows as bushy as ever. That's the Italian in you, as their mother used to say. Joe, that's more. He was smiling at her, a big, brotherly, uncomplicated smile. Morning, sis, he said, surprised by and a little awkward from the length of a hug she was giving him. When the hug was over, he introduced the other two people he was standing with. This is Priya from Gluer Research, the people organizing the conference, obviously, and this is Rory, obviously, from the celebrity speakers. Hi, Priya, said Nora. Hi, Rory. So nice to meet you. Yes, it is, said Priya, smiling. We are so pleased to have you. You say that like you have never met before, said Rory with a booming laugh. Nora backtracked. Yes, I know we have met, Rory. Just my little joke. You know, my sense of humor. You have a little sense of humor? Good one, Rory. Okay, her brother said, looking at her and smiling. Do you want to see the space? She couldn't stop smiling. Here was her brother, whom she hadn't seen in 2 years and hadn't had any resemblance of a good relationship with in far longer. Looking healthy and happy and like he actually liked her. The space? Yeah, the hall where you'll be doing the talk. It's all set up, Priya added helpfully. Bloody big room, said Rory approvingly as he cradled a paper cup of coffee. So, Nora agreed and was led into a vast blue conference room with a wide stage and around 1,000 empty chairs. A technician in black came up and asked her, What do you fancy? Lapel or headset or handheld? Sorry? What kind of mic will you want up there? Oh, headset, her brother interjected on Nora's behalf. Yeah, headset, said Nora. I was just thinking, her brother said, after that nightmare we had with the microphone in Cardiff. Yeah, totally, what a nightmare. Priya was smiling at her, wanted to ask something. Am I right in thinking you have got no multimedia stuff, no slider or anything? I. Her brother and Rory were looking at her, a little concerned. This was clearly a question she should know the answer and didn't. Yes, she said, then saw her brother's expression. I don't. Yes, I don't. I don't have any multimedia stuff. And they all looked at her like she was not quite right, but she smiled through it. Chapter 22. Peppermint Tea. 10 minutes later, she was sitting on her own with her brother in something called the VIP Business Lounge, which was just a small, airless room with some chairs and a table offering selections of today's newspaper. A couple of middle-aged men in suit were typing things into laptop. By this point, she had worked out that her brother was her manager and that he had been her manager for 7 years since she had given up professional swimming. Are you okay about all this? Her brother asked, having just got 2 drinks from the coffee machine. He tore a sachet to release a tea bag, peppermint. He placed it into the cup of hot water he had taken from the coffee machine. Then he handed it to Nora. She had never drunk peppermint tea in her life. That's for me? Well, yeah, it was the only herbal they had. He had coffee for himself that Nora secretly craved. Maybe in this life she didn't drink caffeine. Are you okay about all this? Okay about all what? Nora wondered. The talk today. Oh, yeah. How long is it again? 40 minutes. Sure. It's a lot of money. I upped it up from 10. That's very good of you. Well, I still get my 20%, hardly a sacrifice. Nora tried to think how she could unlock their shared history, how she could find out why in this life they were sitting together and getting along. It might have been money, but her brother had never been particularly money motivated. And yes, sure. And yes, he was obviously been upset when Nora walked away from the deal with the record company, but that had been because he wanted to play guitar in the labyrinth for the rest of his life and be a rock star. After dipping it a few times, Nora let the tea bag free in the water. Do you ever think of how our lives could have been different? You know, like if I have never stuck with swimming.
For the next part, stay tuned to Novel Spotlight. And please like, share, and subscribe.